Well, new tonight, more than 11,000 people with developmental disabilities across this state are on a waiting list for housing.
And more than 2,000 of those people are right here in Western New York. News 4's Angela Cristoforos has more on the growing need for services in this special report. Angela?
Don and Jackie, you may remember back in September, a lawsuit was filed on behalf of more than 2,000 people who are faced with that predicament here in Western New York. The lawsuit claims Governor Cuomo and the state violated their obligations under the Americans with Disabilities Act by not providing sufficient services. The state responded to that lawsuit last week and filed a motion to dismiss. The situation has remained the same for years, and some caregivers fear it will never change and leave their loved ones in the dark.
It's been an exhausting process in trying to figure out what we think what's in Eric's best interest for his future.
Brenda Small's son Eric is severely autistic, nonverbal, and has major behavioral issues. Although he's just 16 years old, Small thinks about his future a lot.
We don't know what would happen if one of us had an accident or passed away. The fear is so real, and we are scrambling, trying to come up with a solution, and it's just not that easy.
Did you have any other therapies today?
In Elma, Tammy Olenicha is facing a similar situation.
My daughter was diagnosed with a brain tumor when she was 6 years old, and so she needs a tremendous amount of support.
Olenicha says she worries who will care for her daughter one day when she is not able to or no longer around.
The severity of it is that I would have to pass away or become gravely ill for my daughter to be placed immediately. And that's not a situation anyone should be in, let alone someone who needs stability and familiarity to live.
Olenicha says she's tried to set up residential services for her kids, but they're on a waiting list along with more than 2,000 others across Western New York. People Inc. President and CEO Rhonda Frederick says it's become a crisis-driven system.
So many families that would love to plan for their children and help them in a huge transition into residential services, but you can't. There's been no development of new opportunities for people. So we have a stagnant number for probably the last 6 or 7 years.
Frederick says between the Buffalo and Rochester area, People Inc. has almost 140 group homes, but it's not nearly enough.
We get calls constantly. Our own internal wait list of people is about 400.
Frederick says there's also a wait list for other services like day programs and respite care.
I think we have about 20 different day programs throughout the region, and we have a wait list upwards of 40, 50 people waiting, to come in.
People Inc. is just one of about 50 organizations in Western New York. But people like Olenicha say they've tried calling several of them, but a similar answer has become all too familiar.
Unfortunately, everyone says the same thing. It's just not available. We're sorry, there's a wait list, or there's just not space. And that's not right.
News 4 reached out to the New York State Office for People with Developmental Disabilities. In a statement, the agency said it is working to expand residential day and respite options and new residential opportunities. But there's no indication as to when that might happen. Assemblyman Mickey Kern says the issue is just not a priority in Albany.
They've sort of put their head in the sand and they've looked the other way, and they're taking it on a case-by-case basis.
Now, because the life expectancy of people with disabilities has grown, those people need the services for longer, and that means younger folks who are coming through the system don't have those opportunities. Now, another big piece to this issue is a lack of workers inside of group homes and residential settings. That's what the Be Fair to Direct Care campaign is all about. It's pushing to raise wages for those workers because agencies like People Inc. are having a hard time attracting workers and keeping them.
It's a huge problem,
Yes,
as we said,
is.
thousands across the state. But your brother has autism, so you've
Yes.
grown up seeing this situation.
Yes, it's very near and dear to my heart, and I'm very close with my mother, and she has always expressed to me just how much she worries about his future and what's going to happen to him someday when my parents aren't around. Fortunately, he has a big sister who loves him, so I'll always take care of him. But it really is a problem that people face not just here in New York, across the country.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you
It's been
for
a
shedding
problem
light.
for a long time,
Sure
too.
has.
All right, thanks.